Welcome everyone to my channel called Whatever Happened to. Whatever happened to Christian Clark, the mother who unalived her 17-month-old son, and she attempted to unalive her 2-year-old daughter? Just to give you a little background on this tragic and very disturbing case, Miss Clark was angry with her children's father, Andre Price Jr., because she had suspected him of cheating on her. Now, on this tragic day of November 1st, 2016, she would send him several text messages, video, and call him several times because she claims he was not coming home from work. He didn't come home from work, and she suspected him of cheating with another woman. Now, before I go into November 1st, that day, I want to give you a little more background. Now, Christian Clark had a history of videotaping herself abusing these two children and sending them to Mr. Price. So this wasn't a one and done. She had done this before. And of the video footage that they got, they were able to look through his phone and her phone of her sending him several text messages, video text messages of her abusing the two children from February of that year to October of 2016. So I just wanted to lay that context that this wasn't new for Mr. Price to know that she was very much capable of retaliating against him by abusing their children. One of the incidents that happened prior to the son being unalived is you can see a video 2 months prior to the one in November where the little boy is sleeping on the floor, and she walks up to the little boy and it is stomping him until he wakes up crying. I'm trying not to get angry. Ooh, gosh, it's hard getting through these stories. I'm telling you, it's like, oh my goodness. Another incident shows her videotaping herself sitting on top of his body on a couch while you see his hands and feet flailing underneath her body weight. So again, Mr. Price, Andre Price Jr., was very aware of her abuse. Now back to the date in question, November 1st. Now she sent him several videos of her children, their children, laying lifeless. But he still wouldn't respond to any of her videos, calls, or texts. Now she grows more angry as the night goes on. To quote some of her texts that she sent him, she sends him, "Your kids ain't safe here. I don't want them here. And answer me or I'm going to jail for child endangerment." Now, the last text she sends him before he actually starts to take her seriously is she finally sends this, and she sends a video, and she says that your daughter is still alive and sweating. But your son, on the other hand, he's not even breathing. So you might want to call the ambulance. Well, Price Jr. finally responds and tells her to call 911. Now, more than an hour later, Miss Clark finally calls the cops. Now, when the cops arrive, she's denying, she's acting clueless as to, she doesn't know why the child is unalive. She doesn't know why the child is not breathing. The little boy was transported to McKeeport Hospital where he was pronounced dead, unfortunately. She did eventually admit to suffocating the son. Okay, to wrap this story up, Christian Clark pleaded no contest to the charges. And I didn't even know you could plead no contest to homicide. But anyway, you learn something new every day. Clark pleaded no contest to charges of homicide and attempted homicides, which means she did accept the prosecution's evidence against her, but she did not admit to guilt. However, she did plead guilty to the 3 additional counts of child endangerment and aggravated assault related to the months of abuse against both children. She managed to avoid the death penalty because she didn't go to a jury trial. They suspected had she insisted on having a jury trial, she would have been sentenced to death. But because she pleaded the no contest, she was able to escape the death penalty by accepting the plea deal. She is now serving a life sentence with no chance of parole. Thank God. Now, I know you're probably wondering, wow, well, what happened to Andre Price Jr.? Well, not enough if you ask me. Although the prosecuting attorney did try to get a harsher sentence for the father, he only received 11 to 23 months behind bars and 4 months of probation. And stating what the prosecuting attorney said, he says he kept those videos on his phone. It's not even like he deleted them. And he believes, like I believe, and like most people with common sense, that he was the only person who could have prevented his son's unaliving. As to what happened to the daughter who survived this incident, she was adopted. Thank you for listening. Until next time.